What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video we got this TrackHawk here. TrackHawk. Gonna be doing a couple things to this car. Very nice car. Truck, SUV, whatever you want to call it. Got the ET Street SS's on there, so you know he means business. This thing is nice though. Pretty sweet built. This is my buddy's car. Previous Mustang guy, and now he's in the Dodge family. Sweet build. This thing is ready for all the sauce. So today on this thing I'm gonna be doing spark plugs and swapping out one coil which we think went bad. So I'm gonna swap some cars around, get this thing out the garage, bring this, and we'll be swapping out the spark plugs. Alright guys, so we got the Hawk in the garage, and as I said before, we're gonna be doing spark plugs. On these, if you don't know, they have 16 spark plugs, 2 for each cylinder. This side is not too bad. This side, which is the passenger side, is the harder of the two sides because you have the lines, the coolant tank and everything. So I'm gonna start with this side first, start with the harder side first, get it out of the way. First thing I'm gonna do is remove this coolant reservoir tank. You have a bolt here, you have a line here and a line here. Remove that. I have a pan under the bottom to catch whatever fluid spills. I'm gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna loosen this bolt here. It's a Torx, looks like a T25. I'll confirm once I loosen it. I'm gonna remove that so that way we could move this line, get a little flexibility on this line, so we could get in there and get these plugs out. Again, it's 16 plugs in total, so we got 8 on this side and 8 on the other side. So let's get at it. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and then I'll come right back. I got the first coil out, and I figure I'll show you guys a long extension with a swivel. 10mm at the end, that goes a long way. See that right there? It lets you get in there. You could get on this bolt, and you could get on this one. It pretty much makes it a lot easier. So long extension, swivel, 10mm socket. I'm gonna get all the other coils out and then get the spark plugs out. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got all 4 coils off. Remember I told you guys these are 2 plugs per cylinder, so this is what the coils look like. 1 coil, 2 plug. So we got 4 of them, all 4 out. We got the socket and the extension in there. I had to put this in 2 pieces because obviously it's long, it's touching here. So put the first piece in first, and then the second one you put it after. So I'm gonna go ahead and these 2 in the back are easy to get out. I'll go ahead and get them out, and then I'll jump back in once I get to the more difficult one, which is this one at the front. This one is not so bad because you can see these 3 you have easy access. This one is a little bit tighter, so I'm gonna knock these out and then jump back in once I get to this one, so I can show you guys how I get that out. All right, so for the last 2, it's pretty simple. Remove the cover for the fuse box, not the whole fuse box. It gives you a little bit more access to get there. And extension, swivel, extension. So we got the short extension in there with the spark plug socket, and then we're gonna go in now with the swivel and the long extension. And just like that, it's on there. Loosen it, and that's it. The other one is the exact same process because they're right next to each other, so not that difficult. So we're gonna go ahead and knock these out. I have the spark plugs still in the hole. I'll show you how to get those out using a magnet. They're all loose. I'm gonna loosen up this one, these 2, and then I'll show you guys that one in a second. We got a magnet, and we got a little cardboard labeling the cylinders. 2468 on the passenger side, 1357 and on the driver's side. So we're just going to take the plugs out. Pretty simple. pull it up, grab it, and that's it. And then you just put it in the spot that you got it from to hold it, so that way it marks where you got the plug from. So I'm gonna take all of them out and put them here. We're also gonna do a compression test and put a gyroscope in there so we can look at the pistons. The customer requested that. So we're gonna do a compression test on the cylinders. I already pulled back on one spark plug. Can you guys see? I already pulled back one spark plug in each cylinder, so that way it holds the combustion. Because if both spark plugs are out, it's just gonna come out through whichever one is open. So I got one spark plug in each cylinder, and it's basically just a repeat of taking them out. You put the spark plugs in, extension with the swivel, and then short extension with the spark plug tool, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do compression tests and see what we get here. Okay, go. Okay, key on and do the thing. Did it? Yeah, 2 times. Turn the key off. Remember, you gotta turn the key so the last one for 2 times. Ready? Put down on both. Okay, go. Key off. Okay. That was 160. We got 160 on that cylinder. We got 160 on cylinder 2 and 170 on cylinder 4. So now we're doing cylinder 8. So pretty close so far, pretty consistent, no issues. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. And we got 160 on cylinder 8. So pretty even across the board on this side. So I'm gonna remove the compression tool, pull back the other set of plugs. We already put 4 plugs. We're gonna put the other 4 on this side, put the coils, button up this side, and then move on to this side over here, which is the driver's side. Plugs are in, all the coils are back in on this side. So yeah, don't forget to plug the coils back in, all 4 of them. And then we're gonna put back the reservoir here. I had an old spark plug and an extension in here to prevent all the coolant from leaking out. It helps you also to keep the area clean while working. So yeah, we're gonna put the coolant tank back and then fuse box cover and jump to the other side. Alright guys, so this side is back together. Coolant tank is there, lines are there. Put back the little island there to hold this. And now we're gonna jump to this side. This side is not as bad. I'm gonna remove the air box. That's gonna give us some room, and I believe that's all I need to remove. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the air box right now and then show you guys how it looks from there. Alright, so I got the air box removed, and it gives you a lot more space. The one in the back might be a little bit difficult because we got the fuel line there. We're gonna see what we're gonna do for that. So we're gonna remove the first three and then see how we're gonna tackle the one in the back. Again, 10mm for the coils, and they come straight out. All the coils are out. Back one is not too bad. You could just pull your hand from this side and you'll be able to get to the 2 bolts and the plug. So we got all the coils out, all 4 right there. We're gonna take out 1 spark plug on each side here and then do the compression test before we take out all 4. So we got the new plugs ready to go in. They're all gapped, gapped down to 18 thousandths per the tuner of this car. That's what the customer requested I gap the plugs to. That's 0.018, 18,000. Compression is good on that side too. We're at 160, 155, 150, 170, 160, 170, 160, 160 on the other side. So they're all within 20%. The highest number is 170, 20% of that, 34. So 136 would have been the bare minimum. So everything is within specs, within where they need to be. So no complaints there. We did a bar scope on both sides. Nothing noticeable to talk about. As I said, this is a new build, new engine. So the customer just wanted some baseline information, you know, so he could go forward with. So we're gonna drop the new plugs in. This side is pretty simple. Drop the new plugs in, drop the coils, and start her up. See how she sounds.